YouTube about to start. Hello, YouTube. So I am going live. The camera quality isn't that great because I am on a webcam. I'm just in my room, but I am going live to do a business Q&A. So I'm going live on both Instagram and on YouTube. So if you're tuning in, if you have any questions, please leave your questions in the comments if you're on YouTube. And look, the first person that comment on YouTube, I gotta block them. It'd be so crazy, people that pop up. All right, so if you have any business related questions, you can just post them on Instagram. I had already told y'all to leave some questions from my Instagram story, so that is pretty much where I am going to start. Hey y'all. All right, so the first person, hey. So the first question that I got was, how do you get over the mentality of everyone sells hair? What if no one purchases mine? So y'all, I hate it's terrible video quality on YouTube, but I'm sure y'all don't mind. Y'all just want to ask y'all questions. So, okay, so yeah, it is true. Everyone sells hair. So if you have the mentality that everybody sells hair, who's going to purchase from me? That's the wrong mentality to have. I always try to tell people that themselves, like, you are what makes your business unique, right? God only created one of you. It's only you. Like, you are the only one. Like, no one else is like you. You get what I'm saying? So you're always going to make your business different. There's a reason why somebody's going to shop with you versus shopping from someone else. You know, a person might shop with you because they relate to you more than they relate to Keisha down the street. So you are always going to be the reason why your business is going to be different. You're going to be the reason that your business, like, it's going to be you. You are the secret ingredient to your business, you. So don't be scared to put yourself out there, and don't be scared to let people know who you are, like, pop in and be like, hey, y'all, it's me. I'm the owner. Like, let people in. I feel like it's easier to sell when you come from behind the counter and you let people, like, know who you are, know what you stand for, know your beliefs. And I just feel like people can relate to you more, and it's just easier to make the sale that way. Let's see if we have something over here. So YouTube, do you have any suggestions for doing a pre-order method during Corona shipping times? FedEx is taking forever. So unfortunately, if you are doing a pre-order method, there's nothing you can do about the prolonged shipping times. But honestly, that's something that, I mean, people know during this time period that it's going to take longer to receive items in the mail. So maybe you just want to really create more value for your customers so that they're willing to wait an even longer time. You get what I'm saying? Like, you want to, that makes you want to give them even more of an experience. Like, you want to do something so great for them that the fact that they had to wait longer than they usually have to wait, that it makes up for the difference. You get what I'm saying? It's still very possible to do the pre-order system right now. But you might just have to, do something a little extra just to make them feel extra special, or just to, kind of make them feel better about waiting longer for products. All right, let's see. Instagram. How should I know how much hair to get for inventory when starting my business? So I always recommend that. Okay, so for one, I feel like I'm not the best person to ask questions for inventory when starting your business, because when I started my business with zero inventory. Now, of course, that didn't mean like I never test the hair out. Of course, when you start your business, you have to start your business with products you've already tested. So I already had tested out the hair. I knew the hair was good. I decided to do the pre-order method, the pre-order system. So I did not start with any inventory. It was pretty much the customer places their order first, and then I use that money to place the order with my vendor. So I'm not the one to tell you how many bundles to start your business with, because that's not how I started my business personally. My advice is to always start small, because truth be told, a lot of people don't like to like really be honest and real with y'all, but selling hair is hard. There's nothing easy about selling hair. And I guess honestly, that might be across the board for all businesses. It is hard. Like running a business is hard, and getting sales is hard. So if you've never sold an item before, like you've never had to market, you don't know how to market or what marketing is, if those are things that you struggle with, then I'm not going to say, hey, go and get $10,000 worth of hair or $10,000 worth of inventory. You're going to be setting yourself up for a failure. So I always tell people to start small. I mean, you can start as small. It can be one item, literally. Like you sell one item, bam, you in business. You don't have to go out and get so much. You can start as small as 3 bundles in a closure. If you can sell it at 3 bundles in a closure, then all you got to do is multiply whatever you did that one time by 1,000. And you just repeat the same thing you did to get that first order. So I always tell people to start small, because selling is very, very difficult when you're beginning and if you don't really know what you're doing. Y'all, give me a second. Mario always texting me when I go live. Why does he do that? Hold on. Let's see. Let me tell him I'm on live. All right. I'm going to answer a question from YouTube. So, are you open to hiring a video editor? Right now, no. I still like to edit my own videos. I'm here to learn, so do not worry about the video quality. Thank you. Is it better to set shipping costs or allow the website to set it for you based off customer location? Literally, when it comes to shipping costs, it's up to you, honestly. I like to set the shipping costs because I like to be in control. I don't know. I just like to control too much stuff. Like, I don't really have a reason why I like to set the shipping costs. Well, honestly, yeah, I do have a reason. Sometimes the price that it actually costs to ship out a package, it could look unattractive to customers. If you don't know this, like there's like a whole like mindset that customers have when they see a shipping price at checkout. Like, let's say you want to order a lip gloss or something, you go to checkout and it say you got to pay $10 for shipping. Who finna pay $10 for shipping for a lip gloss? You get what I'm saying? So sometimes like the system can compute the actual cost, but the cost of the shipping price will scare away your customers. So sometimes I like to just choose my own shipping numbers, so that it just looks better to the customer, because shipping is a thing. Like if you are looking at your analytics and you're seeing that you have a ton of customers that abandon their cart, granted, it's normal to have a lot of people abandon their cart, but if you get like 90% of people abandoning their cart, then that might be a red flag that it's your shipping, So that is why I prefer to do my own shipping numbers, my own shipping price. I don't know, but that's what I do. All right, I'm gonna answer a question from Instagram. When making wigs to sell, how do you know what sizes to make them? So when it comes to making wigs, you have to understand that I say this all the time. The wig industry is so, I say this all the time and I can't even remember what word I want to say. in the wig industry, it's like you have so much freedom. Like there really are no rules in the wig industry. So when it comes to making wigs, you make wigs how you want to make them. You don't necessarily have to make wigs based on sizes. You can do one size fits all wigs. You can sell wigs how they come directly from the vendor, or you can choose to do custom wigs made with custom measurements. You can choose to customize the wig or not to customize the wig. You can do beauty supply store wigs, virgin hair wigs, raw hair wigs, braided wigs. Like literally the sky is the limit with the wig industry. So it's going to be up to you. If you want to make them by size, then you can make them by size. The sizes that you would make them, I'm going to assume that you would start off making them at random sizes. And then you're going to look at the statistics, or you're going to go over your analytics and see what sizes sell the most, or which head size you get the most orders from, and then you take it from there. But when it comes to the wig industry, like literally you do what it's like you're an artist. Like you just create it however you want to create it when it comes to wigs. So don't overthink the process. If you want to get in the wig industry, just start. Let's see over here. YouTube. I want to make sure I'm answering y'all questions in order. Somebody asked me, I'm not even going to respond to that because that's crazy. I don't block people. I don't block people. Y'all think Hey Mario, I'm gonna respond because just because you might not know me, or maybe you do, I don't know. But someone said, my dear, why did you block people? All because you didn't agree with some of them on sharing vendors. I've never blocked anyone. I'm one of those people, literally, like I don't care what other people do. Like I really don't be bothered by other people, and I'm okay with agreeing to disagree. I feel like listen, like that's petty to block people just because you disagree. I'm one of those people that actually like to agree to disagree. I personally, I don't I don't like the trend where people are always trying to sell a vendors list. Like I'm not an advocate for it, especially like hair vendors and stuff. I see people get scammed all the time. So that's my personal opinion. But people sell vendors all the time. I was selling my custom packaging vendor. There are a couple people that sell their vendors. I can think of 3 off the top of my head that I actually would approve of people buying a vendor from them because they're legit people. I don't got nothing against people having a different opinion of me. So I don't know if you just don't know me, or maybe you don't know me well. I'm not sure how you got that idea, but I don't be blocking people. I don't be bothered. I'm gonna answer a different question. How do you organize your products to check your inventory? Thank you. So honestly, I got stuff all over the place. Maybe I can make a YouTube video on how I'm currently organizing everything. I have a ton of bins, a ton of storage bins that I got from IKEA that I keep products and stuff in. Right now, I have way too many products. So a lot of stuff just sitting in boxes on my living room / home office floor. Then I also have an entire back closet that in the closet is literally like a second closet, but I just use it as a back closet, and just like a closet that you would hang up your clothes on, I hang up my bundles like they're clothes. And I guess I'll just have to make a YouTube video on exactly how I organize everything, but stuff is everywhere. Like I try my best to be organized, but it seems like I have to clean up every day. It's stuff all over the place. It's a lot. I really need a bigger space. Right now, I am manifesting a house. Okay, I want to be a homeowner. So I feel like if I just get into a home, I have more space, and I can definitely have a huge room dedicated to keeping all of my stuff. Let's see. Oh, it's a lot of questions over here. Okay, let me see. Mario. I'm not responding to your questions on the live. Mario said I'm not organized. Um, where do I order my hair from? I order my hair from my vendor. What equipment do you use to capture your content? I mainly use my iPhone. So I mainly use my iPhone. My iPhone is my best device when it comes to capturing content, like recording videos and taking pictures. Literally has been my iPhone. Just recently, I've been using my camera, but my camera that I use, so I have a Canon G7. It is expensive and it's not necessary. Literally, you can use your phone. I have an iPhone and it works, like it shows up clear as you can see here on Instagram, Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube. Y'all can't really see, but if y'all have been watching my YouTube videos, most of my YouTube videos is made with my iPhone. So I just use my iPhone. This camera is a really good camera, but I don't take any product images or photos or videos with this camera for business related stuff. So mainly I just use my iPhone and I like to use a ring light. Like I'm using a ring light right now and that's about it. So I'm not using anything special. All right, I'm gonna go YouTube. Um I have decided to stock up on the more requested items and I reorder as I sell it. I also invested in bonnets and edge scarves to give as free. That is a really good idea. Um, 504, darling. That's a really good idea. What limbs are the bundles you have in? Right now, I have in two 22-inch bundles, and I just uploaded a YouTube video on how I installed this. But it's only two bundles of 22-inch of my Mongolian Afro Kinky Curly. And I do have some of my hair left out, and I did create layers in the hair. Let's see. Two of my vendors won't let me purchase closures and frontals without bundles because there's a lace shortage. Anyone else having that issue? Right now, based on what I've been hearing, a lot of people are having issues. So apparently there is a lace shortage. I have not had that issue with my vendor, but that is something that's going on that's happening to a lot of people. Mario, I'm not answering your questions, Mario. I love you too, but I ain't answering your questions. Um, let's see. How do you get started selling hair? Like a brief overview of the first steps to take. So, okay, a brief overview. You want to get in the hair industry and you're trying to figure out what to do, like where to start. The first thing is first, the first thing that you want to do, you need to be knowledgeable on hair. Okay, so you should know what the different hair types mean. You should know all of the hair terminology. You should know that first. Also, you should already be wearing hair. It amazes me how many people want to get in the hair industry and they've never worn a weave before. I'm not saying that it's not possible, or at least been around people that wear weave, because I know it's a lot of men in the industry, but even the men have been around people, maybe their mom or their sisters or their best friends have worn weave all their lives. If you have no experience with hair, you definitely need to get experience with hair, because when you start testing out hair, what would you have? Like, you need something to compare it to. So if you've never worn virgin hair, you need to start wearing virgin hair, because if you have only worn beauty supply store hair and you start wearing virgin hair, the first company you get, you might say, oh, this is amazing, because it's going to be a step up from virgin hair. But if you're not used to wearing a lot of virgin hair, you won't be able to tell, like, oh, well, yeah, this is better than beauty supply store hair, but it's still not good quality for virgin hair. You get what I'm saying? So you still want to have a background, some type of knowledge on hair and hair terminology. The reason why I say hair terminology, that is so important, because when you start working with vendors, if you don't ask specifically for what you want and need, you're not going to get it, right? You can't ask a vendor, I want your best human hair. You know, like, you got to be specific. Like, you got to be like, I want authentic, raw hair. I want it double drawn. I want it with, like you got to be very specific. And the only way you can be specific about what you want is if you're knowledgeable on what it is that you're looking for. So, so you want to start, once you're knowledgeable on hair, you want to start wearing hair. Then you want to find you a vendor. You want to start testing out hair to see what hair it is that you want to sell. While you're testing out the hair, always take a lot of pictures and photos, because if you're trying to do the pre-order method, people ask me this all the time. If you don't keep the hair on hand, how do you take pictures? Well, you should have taken pictures when you were testing out the hair. So you want to make sure you take a lot of videos and pictures of the hair, you wearing the hair, somebody else close to you wearing the hair if you don't wear hair. And during that time, you want to start thinking about business. You want to start thinking about a business name. You want to start thinking about who your target audience is. You want to start, thinking about the legal side of business, getting stuff set up, like maybe a LLC, business license. You want to start thinking about that type of stuff. And I mean, pretty much that's where you would start. That's a good starting point. Let's see. How do you build followers? I am solely online. People get annoyed when business pages follow them. Yeah, that's true. People do get annoyed when business pages follow them. So you really want people to find you. Now, how do people find you? They find you based off of your marketing efforts. Your marketing efforts is how people are going to find you. So it could be you partnering up with other people, you collaborating with other people, you using hashtags, you running advertisements, you working with influencers, you paying for promo on the shade room, or maybe not the shade room, but you gotta do marketing to get yourself out there, because that's the only way people are going to find out about you. Um, let's see. Oh, I done scroll past all these questions. How do you set up tax rate on your site? I don't know. I have not set up a tax rate on my site. Depending on the web hosting site that you use, I'm pretty sure they have a thread of help topics that you can search through, and it will walk you through how to set it up on your site. I do not charge my customers taxes on my website, because like I was saying with the shipping price, it's something about when customers get to checkout and those extra fees that are added on will literally scare customers away. Like they will abandon the cart, and I mean, like they will just drop it, leave, never come back to your website. So it don't matter how much money they spending. Like they could be willing to spend $500 on a wig, but if they get to the checkout and the shipping is $10, or like the shipping $15, then on top of that they got to pay taxes. They just be so turned off, like they just run. So I don't charge them taxes on my website. What I do, when I make money, when I get my profit, when that comes back into my bank account, I just save. Like I just save money for taxes. So when it's time to pay taxes, I just pay for it. But I personally don't add on that extra charge, because I know it's going to run customers away. When starting a business, can you use a personal PayPal account and then switch to a business account? So that is going to be up to you. I feel like, why not just open up a business account or switch your personal account to a business account? I don't feel like it was a hard transition. Excuse me. I don't think it was a hard transition or anything special that you had to do to have a business account with PayPal. I think all you need is an EIN number, and an EIN number is free. All you got to do is go to irs.gov, and you can get your EIN number for free. And that's all you need to create a business account on PayPal, if I'm not mistaken. So why not just start with a business PayPal account? Also, it's better because when you have a lot of transactions coming in on a personal account, it's going to flag PayPal. That's why people PayPal accounts, be getting held, like they money get held for all those days. It's because they're not using a business account. And it's because like all of their information on that business account wasn't verified. So that's another thing. I think with the EIN number, you also got to upload a copy of your photo ID just to prove that it's actually you. So I think they also need that or something of that sort. But yeah, why not just get a business account? When I started my business, I had a personal PayPal account forever. I've been with PayPal for like 10 years now. So all I did when I started my business, I switched over my personal account to a business account. Are Facebook ads worth it? Yes, absolutely. Facebook and Instagram ads are 100% worth it. The thing is, a lot of people feel like they're not worth it because they're not seeing results. The reason why people aren't seeing results is because they don't know how to properly use Facebook and Instagram advertisements. Me personally, I had to invest in courses. So I spent a couple $100s on courses to learn how to properly use them. And it's still something that I'm learning to this day. So it is so complex. It's not as easy as going to Facebook and clicking boost posts or going to Instagram and clicking on promote this photo or something. It's not that easy. It's a lot of thought that you have to put into it. Also, when you start running Facebook ads and Instagram ads, it's going to be a lot of trial and error, meaning what works for one person does not work for all. It's definitely going to be based on your target audience. So knowing your target audience is key. If you guys do not know your target audience, I have a really good course on how to find your target audience over at the Everything Ebony Academy. So if you're on Instagram, all you have to do is click the link in my bio, scroll down to the section that says webinars and courses and classes, and just click on finding your target audience. If you don't know who your target audience is, I'm telling you, like, that's key to business. You will continue to mess up and your sales are always going to be all over the place if you do not know who you're targeting. So if you're on YouTube, you will have to go to the everythingebonyacademy.com. When I'm done with this live, I will put those links in the description box. So you will have to come back to look at the links in the description box. But it's completely 100% worth it. But you have to know your target audience. You have to know the right interests to choose. You have to know how to choose the demographics correctly. If you do not choose them correctly, it's not going to work. But also, when it comes to running advertisements, you have to do a series of tests because you have no idea what your audience or what the people you would love to gain as customers, what they're attracted to, what catches their eye, what words is going to make them stop and look at your advertisement, click on it, and make a purchase. So it's just so much that goes into it. But once you learn it, like, it's a gold mine. So yes, it's 100% worth it. Um, let's see. Can you do a tutorial on how to make a website? So right now on YouTube, I do have a tutorial showing how to create a beginner-friendly website using Big Cartel, because Big Cartel is a web hosting platform that allow you to create a website for free. So I always tell y'all there's no excuses to not have a website when Big Cartel lets you create a website for the free, okay? $0. So I do have 2 YouTube videos up showing exactly how to create a free website using Big Cartel. Definitely look at my YouTube page, YouTube Everything Ebony, or you can click the link in my bio for those that are on Instagram and look at those videos if that's something you need. Also, I recently released a course, I believe last month, showing how to create an entire website using Squarespace. Squarespace is the web hosting site that I use to build a website. So my Everything Ebony website for my hair bundles, and also Wigs by Ebony for my wigs. Both of those websites are created using squarespace.com. So I recorded the entire process on everything I did to create my websites, and I uploaded it to the Everything Ebony Academy. So if that's something you need, definitely check it out. Um, somebody, yeah, there's no selling of vendors in my Facebook group. That's like the first rule of my Facebook group is no selling of vendors, no asking nobody for their vendors. That will definitely get you blocked out of my Facebook group. So if that's what you're referring to, being blocked from the Facebook group, yes, there's absolutely no selling. Because I built my Facebook group. So my Facebook group is called We All Can Win Hair Bosses. The reason why I created my Facebook group was because I was in a lot of other Facebook groups, and every time somebody asked the question for help or advice, it was somebody always trying to sell them something. Like somebody could literally say, "Hey, I'm lost. I have no idea how to find a vendor. Can you recommend a website that I can find a vendor on?" And instead of people saying, "Go to Alibaba.com or DHgate or Made in India or something like that," people would be like, "I'm selling the vendors list, $25. I'm selling the vendors list." And nobody was really helping them. So I decided to create my own Facebook group solely for people who really need help and advice. So anybody that try to come in my Facebook group and you selling, or you're trying to force people to give you their vendors that they worked hard for, like, you're going to get blocked, because that's not what my Facebook group is about. So if you saying two of your friends were blocked because they were trying to whatever with vendors, then yeah, that's not allowed in the Facebook group. So your friends just got to learn how to read rules. Um, would you ever open a shop to sell your products? So me personally, that's a really good question, Kaylin. So me personally, my dream was to always work from home. Like the way I always imagine my life, I imagine living in this huge house, having like 5, 6, 7, 8 kids just running around, just giggling, jumping off the walls, and then me in my home office just tuning them out, listening to some 90s R&B, getting packages ready in my home office. Like that's how I just always pictured my life. Like that's like the perfect life for me. So I never really wanted to have a shop or a store. But I'm not opposed to it though, because even with now, somebody's saying about the Facebook group. If you're on Instagram, you can click the link in my bio, scroll all the way down. There's a button so you can join my Facebook group. That's probably the easiest way to get to the Facebook group because it is private and it's hard to find sometimes. If you're on YouTube, I will leave the link in the description box once I get off live and save it. But yeah, so I'm not opposed to it now, especially like I was saying earlier when somebody was like how I keep everything organized, and I'm talking about I'm running out of space. The fact that I'm running out of space, even if I bought a house, I still feel like at one point in time, I'm probably am going to run out of space, and I'm going to need like a separate place to either store, like a warehouse to either store all of my stuff, or I might need to open up my own location. So you never know. Like dreams can change, but it wasn't like originally my dream. So that's why I haven't really moved towards it. But you never know. It could happen within the next 5 years. You never know. Someone said, sorry, the question was, oh, okay. I feel like I already, okay, let me see. Business account after getting your EIN. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the first half of that question. Oh, when starting your business, can you use a PayPal account, then switch to a business account after getting your EIN? Oh, okay, got you. Okay, yes. So you can start off with the personal account, but once you get that EIN number, go ahead and switch. But the EIN number typically didn't. When I got it, it only took like a day or so to get the EIN number. It was really quick and fast. I don't know how fast it is now with just everything going on in the world. So I don't know if it's still like a very fast process or not. But it literally happened like this. Like it wasn't a week. It had to be like a day or two. And they seen like an email and stuff. So let's see. Mario's so crazy for the questions he asked. Um, it's a lot of questions. Okay, someone asked why did I choose Squarespace? I literally chose Squarespace because at the time I was listening to podcasts. Hold on, let me move. At a time I was listening to podcasts and there would always be like a podcast commercial when they were talking about build your website on Squarespace and it's new and it's easy and I've tried to build my website on Squarespace and I loved it and get a free trial for 30 days, stuff like that. So that's what made me choose Squarespace and I've been using it ever since. I absolutely love it. It's very easy to use for me. So I'm just one of those people like if it ain't broke, why fix it? So I've pretty much just stayed with Squarespace this entire time. How do you make bundle deals on website while tracking inventory while using a coupon feature help? That is something that your web hosting site takes care of for you. So that's the number one thing that I love about using Squarespace. Like when you can upload your inventory, you can put how much of every item that you have on hand. And as customers are ordering, it's going to automatically deduct it from the inventory totals. That is probably one of the key benefits of using a web hosting site. A web hosting site is just a site that you can use to build your own website on. So that can be Squarespace, Shopify, Wix, Big Cartel, WooCommerce, GoDaddy.com. All of them are web hosting sites. So they all have pros and cons, but I feel like most of them come with the option that allows you to track inventory. You don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about all of that stuff. They'll track the coupon codes. They'll let you know how much of what item is being sold the most. They'll tell you how much money you make every month, week, day, every year. Like they're gonna give you all of those analytics and stuff for you, so you don't have to do that manually. Cause I'm sure not gonna keep up with that. That's why having a website is so convenient. I always try to tell people that. Not saying you, but a lot of people they still trying to only do business during through their DMs and Cash App and stuff like that. Why? Why do that when you can get a website? Websites can be as low as free, okay, $0. When you can get a website, your website can do all of that for you. So, don't work hard if you don't have to. Uh-oh, I done scrolled. I'm trying to keep up with the questions and I keep scrolling too far down. Let's see. Do you have any advice on how to not get stressed out? Last night I was in tears over the new business struggle. Listen, running a business is a roller coaster ride. There are many ups and downs. You are going to be stressed. You're going to want to pull your hair out. You're going to want to quit. You're going to want to cuss a couple customers out. It's going to take you through emotions. That's business. The advice I have is to always be able to, if you have somebody you can vent to. I keep getting all types of phone calls. So I literally just made a Facebook post. I don't know if y'all have me as a friend on Facebook. If you don't, I'm not going to give you my Facebook page my personal Facebook page, because people be disagreeing with me too much. And I feel like sometimes I don't try to rub people the wrong way, but I don't know. Um, but I just made a post on my personal Facebook page. I was asking business owners if they have someone that they can go to and vent to. And a lot of people don't. Like for a lot of us, we may be the only ones in our circle that actually like have a business. So it's like people who don't have a business don't always understand what it is that we go through on a daily basis. And it is a struggle and it is hard. And you do want to pull your hair out sometimes and you do want to give up. For me, what helped me is that I always had someone that I can vent to at the time. I used to have a friend, like every time something happened, I would like text her or call her and be like, girl, you won't believe what happened. Girl, look what this stupid person said. Like, and just having somebody to vent to, especially so you don't take it out on your customers. But it's good to be able to like let that energy just go, like being able to vent to someone. But at the same time, a lot of us don't have people to vent to because they just don't understand what it's like to have a business. You know, some people look at business and they think it's easy, like, oh, you making money, like you work for yourself, and it's hard. Like it, no, like it's hard. So if you don't have anybody to vent to, I definitely advise taking a day for yourself. Like self-care, mental health, all of that is so important. Sometimes you really need to give, like, take a day off. It's okay. Like stop working for a day or two. You know, do something nice for yourself. You know, stay in the house, order all your favorite food, you know, watch Netflix or something and try to distract yourself, or, you know, try to get back to your happy place and then get back into it. But it's definitely, you are not alone. It's something that all of us go through. It is a constant struggle, but also stay focused on the end results. Stay focused. No, always have goals set, because the goals that you want to accomplish, that you want to reach, like the dreams that you want to become a reality, those are going to keep you, like, that's what's going to stop you from not quitting. You get what I'm saying? Because you're always keeping your eyes on the prize. So it's going to motivate you to continue to work because you want to get to that end result. But don't be too hard on yourself. Like take a deep breath, you know, I take off days all the time. I be like, you know what? I'm not working today. And that's that on that. Okay. I'm not working. I'm about to set everything on the website to sold out. And I'm about to have a couple days to myself so I can get my mind right. Finding a vendor has been so hard for me. Your channel is such a blessing. Thank you. I have a tax question. How to account for Social Security, Medicaid, income tax from your monthly pay? I cannot help with any tax related questions. When it comes to legal questions, that's not my area of expertise. So that's why you don't see me make YouTube videos about it, because I'm not finna be the reason why y'all doing stuff wrong. Okay. Everything I do is trial and error. I research everything that I do. I do pay taxes because I ain't got time for that. But all of that, how you put stuff to the side, which percentage do you save to the side when it's time to pay taxes? I can't help you with that. All I know is I save a lot of money, put it to the side, and I pay my taxes. Take all of us to jail, right? So if you know that is not your area of expertise, you want to reach out to a someone who is an expert, like an accountant. That is who you want to reach out to and ask questions. Don't ask Ebony questions. Go ask an accountant, because that's what they went to school for and they specialize in that area. And I promise to you, they're gonna get you set up. They're gonna get you right. You don't have to worry about none of that stuff. You know, that's the route that you want to take. But that's not my area of expertise. That's why I don't teach on it. I don't have no YouTube videos on it. Can I get started with only 2 week styles? Yes, it's your business. You can start whatever you can start with whatever you want. If you want to start with 1 week style, you can start a business with one style. Like That is okay. I always see the problem that a lot of people have is that they start off trying to sell everything. Have y'all seen people that do that? They try to start their virgin hair business and they want to sell bundles, they want to sell clip-ins, they want to sell tape-ins, they want to sell wigs. Not only just regular wigs, they want to sell 360s and full lace and lace fronts and closure wigs. And then they want to sell flat irons. And then they want to sell edge control, hair foam. And the list goes on. Like, you're a brand new business. That is too much. I always tell people start small. When you have way too many products, it confuses your audience. They don't know where to order first. Have you ever been to the mall, like a very huge store, and didn't know where to start because it was way too much stuff? I can only speak for where I live, but where I live, we have a Forever 21 that is literally as big as all of the department stores. They have a upstairs and a downstairs of the Forever 21. When I walk into a Forever 21, I have to walk out. I walk out empty-handed because my mind can't process all these different options. Like, I just can't make a decision. I leave with nothing. So it's best when you start your business to start small, but also to specialize in something and to be known for something. Like, when I started my business, I only started with two hair types: Afro kinky curly, which is the hair I'm wearing now, and the regular kinky curly. And literally, I became known for curly hair. So now when I'm on Facebook and people are like, where can I get some good curly hair from? People instantly think of me, or they instantly tag me and my company because I allow myself to be known or to specialize in a particular area first. In business, you can always add on with time, because with time, all of my customers done purchase both hair textures, right? So after they done purchase both hair textures, it only makes sense to then add on additional items. But people, they want to like start their business with 20 products. Don't you know the only products that will sell are going to be the products that you actually dedicate time and energy to, right? So if you're selling 20 different products and you want all of those products to sell, you want all of those products to bring in sales every day, then you have to promote all 20 products every day. And y'all already have issues with posting 3 times a day. So imagine having to advertise or promote 20 products every single day. So don't do it. So when you start your business, you want to start as small as possible. So with your question, can you get started with only 2 wig styles? Absolutely. Yes. I actually would suggest that you did. You start off small. I think what a lot of people do, a lot of people think, I want to make money, so I want to give people a lot of options. If I give people a lot of options, I increase my chances of making money. But that logic cannot be used in business. It doesn't work in business. It actually works against you. So I understand why people do it, but it just doesn't work in business. It actually is going to run everyone away. It's the same thing with when you come up with your target audience. People like to say, well, I'm selling hair, I'm going to sell to all women. When you sell to all people, you lose them all. That's why you have to narrow down who you want to target. And that's why you have to be very specific, right? Because whenever you try to do too much or serve all, like, you just get lost all up in it. So start small. How many hair vendors did you have to go through before getting the right one? I'm so picky. Well, I was lucky. Okay. So if you're new, I know a lot of y'all probably don't know how I got started. It's a lot of new people. Even here on YouTube, y'all done got me to like 70,000 subscribers. What? That is crazy. So thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. So I know it's a lot of new people. So basically with me, I never wanted to start a virgin hair company. I knew I was passionate about hair. I had wanted to be a cosmetologist, but family members, teachers, all in my ear, you're too smart to go to school for hair. You need to go to college. So I went to college for business, but I never wanted to do that. I just went to, I can't hear. Can y'all hear? Can everybody hear? Or is it just that one person? No, I think they can hear me. You just got to log out and log back in. Somebody tell them to log out and log back in. So, all right, tell them to log out and log back in for me. So, I went to college. I didn't really want to go to college. I just did business because I thought business was just general, right? I ended up dropping out of college anyways because I was pregnant with Jaden, but that's a different story. So, anyways, while I was in college, virgin hair was popular. I mean, it's still popular to this day, but that was back then when it was really only Indian hair being sold. Back then, before frontals and closures were even out. Do y'all remember those days when we had authentic, really good virgin or raw hair, and like closures and frontals wasn't even out then? Anyways, well, I mean, they probably were out for celebrities and stuff, but it wasn't like how it is now. So, anyways, I knew I had wanted some virgin hair, but I was a broke college student. I did go to college on scholarship. So that meant I got my refund check. So when I got my refund check, I did know that I wasn't going to order from a United States company because I knew they got their hair from overseas. So I was smart enough to know that. So while I was in college, I just went ahead and ordered the hair from overseas using Alibaba. So Alibaba is the website I use, not AliExpress. Alibaba. And I also have the YouTube video on how to find a vendor on Alibaba. So I used Alibaba. I went straight to the source and I started buying hair then. By doing that process, I was able to find the hair vendors that I use this day. Now, while I was in college, I was interested in hair and I was going to college for business. So at that point, my dream was to open up a beauty supply store. I was like, I'm gonna just open up a beauty supply store with this business degree or something like that. But I dropped out of college and whatever, So, and eventually, when I did decide that I wanted to sell virgin hair, I had already had those vendors. So I will say this: back then, I feel like it was easier to find vendors back then. It wasn't so much BS hair on the market like it is now. So I feel like I did get lucky, and it wasn't like me having to go through all of these vendors because it wasn't like I was trying to find hair to start a company. I was just trying to find hair for me because I wanted to have virgin hair. Don't post my question. It's not a question. Okay. Let's see. What's the best way to scale up? So to scale your business, listen, somebody the other day had to tell me what scale was because I was like, what do y'all mean when y'all say scale business? Like, I don't know this terminology. What does that mean? So to scale your business, I think that is as your business grows and expand, you have to stop being a one-man show. So you have to really start automating a lot of your content or a lot of the things that you do. Like you don't want to always have your hands on everything. So I feel like the best way to scale your business honestly is to build a team of reliable people that you can depend on that can help you with the tasks that you got to do with on a daily basis. So that's something that I'm working on now because it's really just little old me and I can't do everything. I really can't. It's getting to the point. I'm starting to reach out to other people to like make graphics for me because y'all know I can create my own graphics and stuff. But to create my own product labels, I've been reaching out to other people. Fiverr is a really good website if you're looking for people to like design stuff for you, social media management. That's a really good website. But if you're trying to scale your business, literally building a team is gonna like help with that. Someone said you can only sell 5 things for free on Big Cartel. Listen, I was told beggars can't be choosers. So if it's free and you can only sell 5 products, then you gotta make it do what you got. Listen, you better make the most money you can make with only 5 products. It's possible. And then the next level up is only $10. So I'm pretty sure y'all can invest $10 towards a website so you can get like with 20 products. So, listen, if it's free and you can only do 5 products, baby, you better make them 5 products work for you. No excuses. Are you gonna say this live? Yes. For any reason that Instagram does not allow me to save the live, it will be saved on YouTube. Startup capital, no credit check. So for me, it was very important that I did not use any like loans or credit or any of that stuff. Like, okay, so with me, okay, I guess to keep off with my story, so I dropped out of college because I got pregnant from a boyfriend I had back home that just good for nothing. Anyways, um, became a single parent. It happens. It's probably one of the best things that happened to me because that is where I get like my hustle from and like my I want to work hard mentality. I get that from being a single parent. I feel like if I wasn't a single parent, like everything I have now would not even exist. So, it seemed like it was meant to be. But um pretty much being a single parent, I struggled a lot. Um I struggled a lot, like childcare is expensive. I dropped out of college and I really didn't have any work experience. I had only worked 1 month at Subway prior to going off to college. And when I went to college, I didn't work at all. So coming back home, like trying to find a job, I had to start at the bottom. I ended up working at Subway again. Subway was literally only $7 and some change an hour. Then I had started working at Victoria's Secret, which was only $8 an hour. Then I started working at Krispy Kreme, which was only $8 an hour. Then I started working at Wells Fargo, which was only $11 an hour. Then I started working at the sheriff office, which was only $13 an hour. And then my last job, which still wasn't even that much money. So with me being a single mother, I went into a lot of debt because when I moved out of my parents' house, which I was able to live in my parents' house, which is a pro, because everybody don't have parents whose home they can move back into while they pregnant and got a child to depend on. Instagram, I'm about to save the live and get back on. I gotta save the live, y'all. I'm finna continue with the story, but let me save the live and get back on Instagram. Let's see. Instagram cut off the live after an hour. So we've been on here like an hour. So I'm trying to save it. We don't got no crazy people talking over here. If y'all see anybody crazy in the comments, just ignore them. Like for some reason, we always get crazy people pop up in the comments. CJ, I'm a single parent too. Listen, I commend you because it's hard. It really is. All right. Is Instagram gonna let me get back on? I gotta remember where I stopped. What part of the story did I stop on? Some people on IG can have live longer than an hour. I probably need more followers or something. Cause Instagram, they release certain options to you based off the amount of followers you have. So, all right. So where did I leave off? Okay. So I was talking about so everybody not fortunate to have a parent's house that they can move back into, as they're an adult or pregnant or have not. So I was grateful that I was able to move back into my parents' home, but I had to go. Okay. Um, I had one toxic parent, my mom. I love my mom, I really do, but that lady, I mean, like, I was going insane. So I had to move out of their household for my own mental health. And I don't know if that's something that y'all ever had to deal with before, but like, yeah, I had my parents' house that I can go to, but my mom, like, I don't know what issue she had. I don't know what she was going through in life, but literally every day, nagging, 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 and always like saying something negative. Like, I'm trying, I'm working, like, I love my mama. I'm working. Like, it's not like I don't have a job. Like, I'm working. I'm trying to save up for a car. I'm trying to do these things actively. But every day she would come home and it was always something negative. It was always, well, you need to find a better job, or you need to do this. And it was too much for me. So I had to get the heck up out of there. Okay. Like my mama said, it's only enough room for one queen in the house. My mama is a Scorpio, and I am like my mama's twin. Okay. My mama got a mouth on her, and I got a mouth too. My mama would talk to me, and I would talk back. But I love my mama. I really do. And it's not really a disrespect thing. It's more so like I'm one of the people like, you ain't gonna talk to me crazy. I don't care who you are. You ain't finna talk to me too crazy. And I get that from my mama. But we couldn't live in the same household. So I had to move out. The only way I could move out, working those jobs that did not pay any money, and then having to provide for a child and pay for daycare, a car note, car insurance, all that stuff. I literally had to go into debt. So I had to take out credit cards. I had to take out personal loans. That was the only way I could survive. It's a Black parent thing. Listen, we got to break the cycle. So I had to take out credit cards and loans to survive. So when it came to starting my business, I started my business while I was still struggling financially to make ends meet. So when I started my business, I wasn't going to take out a loan or credit or anything like that for the business. And honestly, I probably like couldn't do it if I wanted to. You get what I'm saying? So when I started my business, there was no business capital. There was no funding. That is why I started my business by doing the pre-order method. Y'all, I gotta put up the free guide. I'm gonna put up the free guide, you guys. I had a free guide on how I did the pre-order method, but I had to take it down temporarily because I was trying to combine two audiences on my email list. And the only way I can do it is if I stop sending out emails. So I had to stop sending out the free guide so I can do that. So hopefully within the next week, if you're on YouTube, if you watch any YouTube videos, I should be able to start putting it in the description box. And if you're on Instagram, I should be able to put that link in my bio within the next week, you guys. But pretty much that's why I had to do the pre-order system. So you do not need to spend a lot of money to start your business. Like I said, I started my business with $35 and I was able to build a six-figure business. My business is a six-figure business. And I started with $35. When I calculated $35, it's pretty much the $35 was how much it cost for me to put up my website. And as I was saying before, I was lucky and I was fortunate enough to have found my vendors when I was in college, before I even knew I wanted to have a hair company. So I was able to use my refund check when I was in college to find the vendors that I have today. So when it was time for me to start that business, I already had what I needed. I already had the skills of making a website and stuff. That's something I taught myself as a child. I already had the vendors. So it was like perfect for me. That's how I kind of know like I'm on the right path in life for me. Like this is what God had for me because everything lined it up so perfectly for me. So that's why I did the pre-order system. I only had to use $35 to start my business. So And with the pre-order system, like when you get that money back, like that profit back in your business, you literally just save that money. You can save that money that you're earning from the pre-order system so that one day you can order inventory or you can order other things you need for your business. And you can pretty much do it that way and build your business up. You really don't need to have thousands of dollars. Really, you just need a plan. You need a goal, a plan, a vision, and you just need to make it happen. It's so very possible. Oh man, um, Instagram. Um, they are showing all the questions that I already answered. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to. I don't even know if I answered this question. Okay, so I don't know if I answered this or not. Let's see. Uh-oh. I'm trying to make sure my laptop is getting a little hot. We're gonna have to unplug this. All right. Sorry, y'all. I don't know if I answered this question or not, but the question is, how do you stay positive and strong through the beginning? Honestly, you got to keep your eye on the prize, because business is hard. I do feel like I answered this already, didn't I? Business is hard, so you got to keep your eyes on the prize. You got to stay motivated. You got to know what motivates you. For me, what motivates me is following other business owners. I follow so many different business owners, because you can, like, when you follow other business owners, or whether you're like in a Facebook group with different business owners, you get a feel of how business is, so you know, like, you're not going through stuff alone. Like, you're not the only one that's having packages lost by FedEx, UPS, or whoever. You're not the only one having angry customers for no reason, so when you're able to follow other entrepreneurs, or you're in groups with other entrepreneurs, it really help you know, like, you're not alone, like what you're going through is normal. I used to listen to podcasts in the very beginning of my business journey, so that was really good with keeping me positive and stuff. But always keeping your eyes on the prize. Like, I know it is a goal for me. I know that, like, there's something I'm trying to reach and something I'm trying to achieve, and that's always going to keep me dedicated. Also, just having my child, like, my child motivates me so much. I want to give him the world, and I will give him the world. So those are things, like, it's all about mindset. Your mindset got to be strong. Um, Staying positive it's being positive is a choice, for one. Being positive is a choice. Your feelings or your emotions towards something, all of that is a choice. So changing your mindset to focus on positivity, always looking at the positive side of things, like, it's something you have to train yourself to do, but it's definitely possible. Um, let's see. Is it bad to have two different target audiences, like one on Facebook and one on Instagram? No. So you can actually have more than one target audience, but when you're starting a business, it's best to start small. Like, it's best to start with one audience at a time. The only thing, when you have different audiences, that just means two times the work, right? If you have two different audiences, then you have to create content for two different audiences. You have to create two different advertisements for two different audiences. You have to work with two different influencers. You gotta do twice the work. So it's very possible for you to have multiple audiences for your company, or even under one account, not just two separate accounts. You can have multiple audiences, but it's just that much more work that you have to do. So I would advise that everyone start small and just start with, like, one audience. And then once you, like, master that audience, like, everything comes easy. You can easily attract them and everything makes sense. Then you can really start giving attention to, like, that second or third or fourth audience. But I always just try to tell people to start small. But it's nothing wrong with having different target audiences. It's going to happen. I'm having a hard time choosing my brand colors. What would you recommend? So, when it comes to choosing brand colors, that is going to be something that your target audience will decide for you. So, that is something I talk about in the target audience webinar. There's also something I talk about in the how to launch a hair company from start to finish webinar. So, those are both webinar replays that are available on the Everything Ebony Academy at everythingebonyacademy.com, or you can click the link in the bio on Instagram. So I do talk about that there. But your target audience is going to be the deciding factor for everything in your business. You have to use colors that are going to attract them. Also, all colors have a there's like a, what is it called? Psychology to colors. All colors have a meaning. There's a reason why most fast food restaurants have the color red in them. You get what I'm saying? Like, different colors have different meanings. So when you choose colors for your brand, you want to think about your target audience, but you also want to research the meaning behind colors. Do not pick colors because it's your favorite. Like, don't say I'm gonna choose the color pink because pink is my favorite color. No, that's not how it works. You just want something to go with your brand, right? So it is something that you have to take the time out to research and study up on to see which colors are going to be best for your brand. But knowing who your target audience is, that's key. Because yeah, that's key. And once again, like I said, I do have webinar replays on those at the Everything Ebony Academy. So if you guys feel like you need more information on those subjects or topics, definitely check it out because it is available there. I'm 29. I'll be 30 next year. Do you think I'm too old to target a younger audience for wigs? No, you're, first of all, 30 is not old. Neither is 29. You can target whoever you want to target. Like, you listen, think about the people who own Disney and they're creating products for kids, right? I'm pretty sure the people that own Disney right now, they're old as dust. And they're out here creating products for kids, movies for kids. So your age has nothing to do with if you're able to target a younger audience or not. So that has nothing to do with it. You can target whoever you want. You can target babies. Well, you can't. Well, you can't target babies. You got to target the parents because the parents make decisions for the babies. But you get what I'm saying. It's up to you who you want to target. Your target audience can be anything, like anyone, any group, whatever you want it to be. You just have to understand everything there is to know about them. You got to know their likes and dislikes. Like, you just got to know everything there is to know about them, because that knowledge, you're going to use that to attract them. You're going to use that knowledge to attract them. Let's see. What to say? 99% won't see this, but if you do, God bless you. Stay safe and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Drop ship. Have you ever drop ship? No. I have not drop ship, but drop shipping is very similar. Drop shipping is very similar um to the pre-order system. It's very similar. The only difference is your vendor just ship out everything for you with drop shipping. I just prefer my vendor send things to me first so I can inspect everything and make sure everything goes out the way that I want it to go out. My mother's a Taurus like me. God knows we need it to listen, be that way. Um, let's see. I'm gonna answer a few more questions and I'm gonna get off because I'm getting hungry. And it's been a little over an hour. Oh. I apologize. I apologize if you already addressed this question. Do you think an LLC is really? So I'm gonna assume that you're asking if it's necessary or needed. So you definitely want to have your business registered. You always want to do business legally. So I'm always going to advise that people do their like start their business off the legal way. Now, the LLC is only one way that you can register your business. There are other entities. There are other things that you can register your business as. It doesn't have to be an LLC, but it needs to be registered. So what you choose is going to be completely up to you. Like I was saying, I don't give I don't give legal advice. My business is registered. I am an LLC. That is my business. Everything Ebony LLC. Um, but whether you want to do an LLC or not, that's up to you. I can't really give you all of the differences and the breakdown like of an LLC and an S corp and a DBA and all that stuff because that ain't my area of expertise. But that's definitely something you want to research. If you struggle in that area, then you want to reach out to like a business lawyer or someone who specializes in that area to help you. But should you get something, you need to register your business and do it legally. But I know a lot of business owners, they tell y'all different things. Some people say don't register until you make a certain amount of money. Like, no, I'm just going to tell you, do it the legal way right off gate. Okay. Just from the start. Um, but I can't really answer no question because I mean, that's not my area of expertise, but I do know I have an LLC. Is S Corp status better than LLC? I have no idea. Did you apply for PPE loan or any stimulus money? No, I did not apply. Um, I did not apply. I didn't feel like it was for me, so I didn't apply. Any recommendations on courses to learn how to properly use Facebook and Instagram ads? Literally, there's 1,000 people that you can learn Facebook ads and Instagram ads from. The two people I learned from Jance. So she is a boutique owner. She also is a YouTuber. So I took one of her courses. The second person I learned from was Ashley Ann. She's like a business. What does she call herself? A business. I can't think of it, but she like a business coach, mentor. She offer a lot of coaches and stuff. She offer a lot of classes and courses and stuff. So those are the two people I learned Facebook and Instagram ads from. Jance. It's like chance, but with a J. Jance. So those are the two courses that I have taken. But there's a lot of people that do advertisements. You also got Abu. Y'all probably done seen his advertisements because baby, he like the advertisement king. I see his advertisements all the time. How long does it take good hair to bleach? I'm skeptical about the hair I have. Um, I don't know. I don't really bleach hair that much. Y'all don't see me bleach hair that much. Bleaching is so here's the thing. So with bleaching hair, it really is going to just depend on the hair. Some hair takes longer to bleach, some hair doesn't. Some hair only lifts so much, and other hair can lift all the way to 613. I don't think that so if you're trying to find a hair vendor, I'm assuming that you're trying to find a hair that can possibly bleach to 613. That should not be a deciding factor for you. Only because nowadays, like back then, we didn't have 613 available. So if you wanted lighter hair, if you wanted to experiment with hair colors, then your virgin hair needed to get as light as possible. But in 2020, we have 613 hair available. Your customers are not going to bleach their black bundles to 613 just to color their hair red or blue or purple. They're literally just going to take the easy route. They're just going to buy the 613 hair and color the 613 hair because it's easier for everyone. So if you're in the process of finding a vendor and you're crossing out a lot of vendors because their hair is not bleaching to 613, like your customer's not going to bleach it to 613 anyways. So don't let that be a deciding factor for you or a decision factor. It should, however, I will say treat it like real hair. So how long does it take your real hair to bleach? That should be the same amount of time that it should take the virgin hair that you have to bleach as well. You should start seeing the color change after a couple oh man, somebody sending me something. Hold on. What is this? Oh, sorry, y'all. I got distracted. So I'm sorry, I got distracted. Oh, you said for bleaching knots and frontals. Okay, so when you're talking about bleaching knots on frontals, it's a lot of different reasons why it's not bleaching like it's supposed to. So first of all, some vendors honestly yeah, somebody keep writing me on Facebook Messenger and it's funny. So some vendors when they're creating the knots on the closures and frontals, they grab way too much hair and the knots are super thick. So sometimes like it takes a while for the knots to turn, right? So the knots are too big, right? Sometimes other vendors, because um they really want the knots to stay in place, they will spray some sort of adhesive over the knots. So when you try to bleach the knots, like the bleach have to break down that adhesive first, and then it has to actually like bleach the hair. So it's a lot of different like factors that go into it. Typically, and it also depends on the type of bleach you use, the volume developer that you're using, like it's a lot of different factors. So I know recently I started using a different bleach and it bleaches really well, but it takes like 20 minutes to bleach. So it's just a lot of different factors that go into it when it comes to bleaching the knots. All right, I'm gonna answer two more questions, y'all, because my phone about to my phone about to go dead. I'm gonna answer two more questions. Let me see. Somebody said, "What does?" Okay, this question not gonna count in the two, but I'm gonna answer it anyways. What does a pending payment mean on my website? Does that mean they canceled the order? I have no idea what that means. What web hosting site do you have? I'm not sure what web hosting site that you have, but whatever web hosting site that you have, you're gonna have to read through the help threads. So all web hosting sites they have help threads. So whenever you need help with something, or they got like an 800 number, sometimes you got to read through the help thread, or you got to call them and ask them what they mean. That's not something that I've seen before where a payment is pending. I don't know if that means like they didn't pay, or maybe like their payment didn't go through, or maybe they tried to pay with a check, maybe. So whenever somebody pay with a check online, you have to wait like a couple business days for it to be in your account. So maybe that's what it means, but I don't know. I haven't had that happen. Are you able to hand sew on ventilated caps? I have no idea. I've never hand sewn on ventilated caps. For some reason, I don't feel like it would turn out I don't think it will turn out the same to hand stitch on a ventilating cap. So I'm not gonna recommend it just off the top of my head. I just feel like it's not gonna turn out the same. But at the same time, I don't know. So the only way to know is to try it. You might have to try it. You might have to try it and come back and let us know how it works. All right, let's see. One more question. All right, so this is the last question. If you don't have the money, can you wait a little while to do it professionally? Just asking because I'm tired of waiting and they are charging. Okay, so it cut off the rest of your question. So I'm assuming that you're saying like you want to get started in your business. Um, hmm. Hmm. Let me see, because it cut off the rest of your question. If you don't have the money, can you wait a little while to do it professionally? Just asking because I'm tired of waiting. And so, are you talking about building your website, or is it business in general? So here's the thing. Okay, they charge me an arm and a leg, like the website. Okay, so here's the thing with business. My advice is when it comes to business, nothing is ever going to be perfect in business. So if you're able to just do something yourself and just start, go ahead and start. Like when we all start our businesses, it's never perfect. Like when I go back and look at all the stuff I did when I first started, like sometimes I just be like, ugh, like why? Why did I do that? You say no LLC. Oh, if you're talking about the LLC, I can't help with that. Me, I just feel like, okay, if you don't have the money, can you wait a little while to do it professionally? So, my advice when it comes to the LLC is, or when it comes to doing business, is to do business legally. Like, that is my advice. The thing about it's just so important to do it. The thing about business, a lot of people don't get it, but business requires an investment. And I know it's a lot of YouTubers and people out there that's just like start your business with $0, like just start your business. But there are certain steps in business that should be in place. Like you don't want to get penalized for anything. You don't want to just, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like when it comes to having your business registered, that's just one of the important things that you just want to make sure like everything is done and squared away correctly. So it's just a decision that you're going to have to make. You're going to have to make a decision that is going to be the best for you. I'm not going to be the one to say, yeah, go ahead and start it and then go ahead and start your business. And then once you get some money, then do it professionally. It's just going to have to be something that you're going to have to make the decision to do. Because I understand a lot of people do give a lot of different answers. Because I'm in a lot of Facebook groups and they'll say, don't get the LLC until you make X amount of dollars or something like that. So it's a lot of different information out there. My advice is always going to be to just do it the legal way. But that's not my area of expertise. So I can't really help with any how to register your business and stuff. Like I can't help with those questions. Yeah, I can't. I'm not the one to answer because I mean, I didn't go to school for that, so I can't let you know. But the prices are different depending on where you live. The price to get an LLC is different. In Florida, it is fairly cheap. You say it was $250 in Florida? No, it's like $135 in Florida, or like 100. It's under $200 in Florida. But well, I don't know. How did you register for yours in Florida? How did you? Because it's only like $100 and some in Florida. Um. So yeah, so it's going to be different in every state. So some states charges $700. Okay, other states it might be a state that charges $50. It's gonna be different for everybody's state. That's another reason why I can't teach on it, because all of y'all are from all over, and all over got different rules. So that is pretty much the last question that I am going to answer. I'm going to try, maybe I can do this weekly. I already do this all the time on Facebook. On Facebook, like whenever, not Facebook, Instagram. On Instagram, whenever I go live, it's a Q&A session. So if you're watching me on YouTube and you are not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram if you have one. The handle is Everything Ebony, because whenever I go live here on Instagram, that is your chance and your opportunity to ask me a question. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. Don't forget to check back. Give me like 30 minutes, check back, and all of the links that I said that I would provide under this video will be saved under this video in the description box. So give me like 30 minutes and check back. But thanks all of y'all in YouTube land for tuning in, and hopefully we can do this again soon.